I'm TRACY Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. In Ulster County, the search is on for the man who robbed a bank in Saugerty shortly before noon today. The man came in through the back door of the Key Bank branch on Main Street at 11:44 a.m. and once inside, he handed a teller a note demanding money and saying he had a gun. He went out the front door with an undetermined amount of cash. Police say no weapon was displayed. A canine officer was brought in to try to track down the suspect. Anyone who may recognize the man in this picture is asked to contact Saugerty's police at 845-246-9800. All calls will be kept confidential. Keep checking back here at Record Online for the very latest. A teacher in the Washingtonville School District will be in court next month following his arrest on a pair of felony charges for allegedly claiming more than $50,000 in medical benefits on behalf of his wife, although he was not legally married. 49-year-old Timothy Johnson turned himself in following an investigation conducted by state police and the Orange County District Attorney's Office. Investigators say the fraudulent claims began in 2001 and that Johnson failed to provide the Washingtonville district with proof of his marriage. He's been charged with grand larceny and insurance fraud. This year's version of the flu is nothing to sneeze at, with flu activity remaining high here in the Catskills and Hudson Valley. 24 states and New York City are currently reporting high levels of flu, according to the Centers for Disease Control. Patricia Sullivan is the nurse practitioner in the Middletown School District. She says in Middletown schools right now, it's not the kids who are most impacted.
I did notice a big spike in our students coming down with the flu before the holiday break. Then since we've returned, there's been kind of a lull. I'm afraid it's going to start to increase again. But I've noticed our staff is coming down with the flu since the holiday break. A lot more absenteeism from the staff. But we do with the Orange County Health Department, a lot of the school districts in the area do this. Every Monday and Wednesday, we send them our absentee surveillance. And it tells them how many staff have been absent, how many students have been absent, and also if there's any cases of influenza-like illness, which would be the fever, sore throat, coughing, sneezing, or if there's any clusters of any other types of illness, like a stomach virus.
Sullivan says it's not too late to get a flu shot, either from your doctor or pharmacy. According to the CDC, more than 3,700 people have been hospitalized for the flu since October, and that the vaccine given to fight this year's flu appears to be about 62% effective. City of Newburgh police are trying to determine where they came from. The gunshots that wounded a man last night. The victim, a 33-year-old, told officers he was walking along Du Bois Street with another person when he heard two shots and discovered that one of them had hit him in the leg. The victim was treated at St. Luke's Cornwall Hospital near the scene of the shooting. To this point, no arrests have been made. Local State Senator Bill Larkin says Albany legislators will begin to look at ways to help school districts and law enforcement provide increased security in our schools. Larkin was among those presiding over yesterday's Safe Schools workshop. He says a Senate committee will begin work Monday on possible bills and to look for sources of funding that could ultimately alter the state's 2% spending cap on districts.
You know, we can't put children at risk because of a cost. We have to take a good look at education funding. What we're doing, the crisis now for education security is greater than it was years ago. Sandy Hook put a new emphasis on how do we control the schools.
School safety workshop attendees will meet again in a couple of weeks and are expected to discuss some specific proposals. One of them could be the formation of a county-run pool of retired police officers that school districts could use as armed security officers in their buildings. A few weeks ago, Sullivan County Sheriff's deputies made a major heroin bust. And yesterday, deputies arrested a man they believe was trying to fill the void left by the drug ring arrests. 34-year-old Angel Molero of Monticello, described as a main player in the Monticello area drug trade, was arrested on felony drug sale charges. Molero was sent to Sullivan County Jail on $50,000 bail. Sheriff Michael Schiff says while many heroin dealers have stopped stamping brand names on their product to avoid being linked to a possible overdose death, Molero's packages were stamped with the names Heavy Hitter and Malaza, Spanish slang for awesome or sweet. And the Paramount Theatre in Middletown has taken on a new role of late. It was used for the shooting of scenes for a movie. Yesterday wrapped up a week of shooting at the Paramount for a film called Captured Hearts. It is described as a thought-provoking serial killer horror film, and it's got a big-name cast. It includes the late Charles Durning, Robert Loggia, and Rachel Robbins. The writer-producer of the film, Kenneth Del Vecchio, has produced 20 feature films, and he apparently enjoyed his Paramount shooting experience because there is word that Del Vecchio is giving serious consideration to moving his Hoboken Film Festival from a location damaged by Hurricane Sandy to the Middletown Paramount this spring, something that would no doubt please officials working to promote downtown Middletown. There may not be a lot of sunshine this weekend, but it will definitely be mild for mid-January. Saturday will begin with clouds, but the sun will break through by afternoon. The highs will reach the mid-50s. Sunday will be mostly cloudy, with temperatures getting back up to around 55 degrees. Stay on top of what's happening all weekend long right here at Record Online, and get the news plus the features you enjoy in the weekend editions of the Times-Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm TRACY BAXTER.